What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to your second stimulus check update, stimulus package update, and news report for Friday, January 29th. Now, there's a lot of stuff happening right now, so I want to try to fill you in on everything that is currently going on. First, Democrats are still working to get at least two of the $1.9 trillion stimulus packages done. One is going to be the Biden's package, his $1.9 trillion stimulus package. The other one is going to be the exact same thing, but done through budget reconciliation. They're working on those two things. Hopefully they will have those done by the end of this week. Republicans are also demanding that Republicans work with them, or they will regret doing so in just a couple of months. The stock market is seeing crazy ups and downs. If you are not invested in the stock market, now might be a great time to start looking into it. If you want to get started, I highly recommend you go and open up a free Webull account. They will give you 4 free stocks valued up to $3,700 total. All you got to do is deposit $100. So if you want to go do that, I'll put a link down in the description box below. You can go and check it out. And yesterday, we saw an additional 847,000 people file for unemployment benefits for the very first time. That is not good. We are seeing there is a slight uptick in unemployment claims. Again, that's not good. Right now, the economy is swirling. This is what experts are saying, that the economy is swirling, and experts are saying that these are unprecedented times and Congress must act fast to save what we have left. Now, last week we got word that the Problem Solvers Caucus was going to come in. They're going to try to help negotiate the bipartisan stimulus package. Great. This is exactly what they did the last time. When Nancy Pelosi and Steve Mnuchin couldn't get any closer, then it was okay. Nancy Pelosi was going to work with Mitch McConnell. They were going to get closer. They're going to strike a deal. Well, it never happened. They could never get close enough to reach some type of agreement. This is where the Problem Solvers Caucus, the bipartisan group as well, okay? You gotta understand it's half Democrats, half Republicans. This bipartisan group came in and pretty much saved the day. Did all the work. Did this over Thanksgiving, by the way. They did all the work and got a deal done. They, pretty much got the approval of President Trump. They got the approval of many Republicans, many Democrats, and they got the deal done. It wasn't for as much as Democrats wanted. It wasn't for as low as Republicans wanted, but it was somewhere right in the middle. So it was a compromise. Well, right now, here's what we're hearing. According to multiple reports, Democrats don't feel there is a need for this bipartisan group to even help facilitate the deal. Democrats don't feel that it is needed because they currently hold all the power. Democrats plan to move forward with this $1.9 trillion package. And this is going to happen next week, but they're going to do this most likely through budget reconciliation. And there's a lot of people that are fairly upset by this. Some Democrats are not really happy that we're going to go forward with a budget reconciliation, but at the same time, many Republicans aren't happy that we're not being heard. Why are we not being heard? Why are we the ones being left out? There should be some form of compromise. As of right now, there is not. With less than a week to go, Democrats are looking less and less willing to reach any sort of bipartisan agreement with Republicans. It doesn't seem like they're even willing to try at this point. They tried. Well, technically, President Biden tried. He'd call him on the phone and say, hey, this is what we're doing. Can we get your support? Do we have you? Yes or no? Okay. Click. And get on to the next senator. Right now, it's the senators that Biden's having the most issues with. They don't really care about the representatives in the House because the House is going to pass this bill no matter what. It's the rules in the Senate that require a 60-vote majority. That is where all this comes down to. So this is where Republicans, the GOP, as of right now, does hold some leverage. They do have some power because President Biden wants to pass this bipartisan stimulus package. He wants to get this deal done by working directly with Republicans. He does not want to do the nuclear option, which is the budget reconciliation, which only requires 51 votes. Right now, it's 50 Democrats, 50 Republicans. The tiebreaker goes to the vice president. So Kamala Harris will be the deciding factor. But all reports indicate that Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, as of right now, do not care what President Biden is doing. They do not care if he is going to try to work with Mitch McConnell and the Republicans. They do not care how long that's going to take. They want to get this budget reconciliation done just in case. So, here's the big news, and this is pretty shocking, but this is something I guess we probably could have expected. We are hearing right now is that the White House is now being pressured into working faster to secure more support from Republicans on this $1.9 trillion package. According to the reports, President Biden must work faster if he wants to get a bipartisan stimulus package done. Because if he doesn't work fast enough, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer are going to put this bill on the floor of both the House and the Senate and get this pushed through. Because later this week, there will be a budget reconciliation vote taking place. President Biden only has about a week to try to get Republicans on board. This is going to be very difficult. Now, with that said, I just want to give you both sides of this. President Biden does not have to sign the bill once it lands on his desk. He doesn't have to sign it. He can wait 7 days, and he can either veto the bill, or 7 or 10 days, one of the two. I don't remember exactly, and I'll get that information to you later on. But, and this might not even come up, and chances are it won't, but here's what we're hearing. President Biden might just get this bill. Okay, and again, this is all leverage. This is all that's being said right now. Right now, what can happen is Nancy Pelosi passes a budget reconciliation through the House. We know it's going to happen. It's going to go very easily. It will get done. It's going to be kicked over to the Senate, over to Chuck Schumer. He can put this bill on the floor and get it passed. Kamala Harris will have to come in, and she'll be the deciding factor. She'll be the 51st vote. If it comes down that way, which chances are it will. So it will pass through the Senate. Then it's going to be sent over to President Biden's desk. He will be able to sign it into law. Here's what's being said. He does not have to sign this. He does not have to sign this right away. What he can do is he can take this bill, theoretically, obviously, he can take this bill to Mitch McConnell and be like, hey, look what I got. I got this bill. I'm ready to sign it. Or we can work together. We have like 7 or 10 days. We can work together. We can figure out how we can reach some type of bipartisan agreement. Or if you don't want to do that, I'm just going to sign this bill right now. And that's going to be the maximum leverage that President Biden and Democrats will have. Once that bill is passed through the House and the Senate, and President Biden's holding on to that bill, he just tells Mitch McConnell, all right, get the GOP on board. We need 10 additional votes. If you do not vote on this, if you do not want to pass this, fine. I'm going to sign this budget reconciliation. That's what we're hearing. Those are the reports out this morning. So this would give them another week to hopefully work with Republicans to get them on board with the $1.9 trillion stimulus package. But here's the thing. Another report is telling us something completely different. And this is big. This is big, and I want to explain why. Because Republicans are, at this point, almost telling Democrats, pass that budget reconciliation. Go ahead, do it. Do it. And here's the reason why. If Republicans agree to a bipartisan stimulus package right now, and that means that Democrats don't have to go through with the budget reconciliation, what this means is that the Democrats are still going to hold that carrot over the Republicans' head, be like, hey, look what we got. We still have another 9 budget reconciliations we can do. We still have another 9. So they didn't use that one. So what's being said right now is Republicans almost want Democrats to use the budget reconciliation because they only have 9 times over the next 2 years where they can use this. But here's the thing. If they don't use it, then Democrats will still have 9 times over the next 2 years they can use that. What is currently being said is Republicans want Democrats to use the budget reconciliation now because this will give Republicans more leverage later on when Democrats only have a few different budget reconciliations available to them. Again, the chances of them using all 9 are very slim, but Republicans do not want that carrot hanging over their head and Democrats like, hey, look what we got. this is, look what we got. They don't want that. That can be a big issue later on. So Republicans are saying, you should probably work with us because you do not want to know what's going to happen in the next 3 to 4 months if you don't. Now, honestly, I'm curious what is going to happen if they do or they don't. Hopefully it's nothing bad, but again, we will find out. So, we could seriously see a stimulus package pass through budget reconciliation, and we can see this happen within the next couple of weeks. This would mean that we will get an additional $1,400 stimulus check that will be in addition to the $600 that we already received through President Trump, which would come out to $2,000. We would see $350 billion for state and local governments. We would see $400 per week for unemployment. This would go all the way through starting March 14th, go all the way through September 30th. We would see additional tax credits of $3,600, child tax credits. That would be $3,600 for children 0 through 5, and it would be $3,000 for children 6 through 17. This would also include more vaccine funding, additional school funding, paid sick leave, and possibly, quite possibly, a $15 federal minimum wage increase. This increase would go instantly from $7.25 to $9.50, and it would reach $15 in 4 years. So, that's what we know. But what you need to keep in mind is that this stimulus negotiation will not go on for months and months. Democrats are prepared to move forward with the budget reconciliation as soon as they know Republicans are not willing to negotiate with them on this $1.9 trillion package. This is great for people that are in desperate need of some form of relief, whether it's another unemployment check, whether it's additional rental assistance, whether it's another stimulus check of $1,400, whatever it may be. This is going to be big. However, if you currently oppose the $15 federal minimum wage, sick leave, $350 billion for state and local governments, and more unemployment benefits, then this is not going to make you happy, because what is going to come very soon is most likely going to include all those things. Just keep in mind that these negotiations will still continue. Whether we pass this pass this budget reconciliation through the House and the Senate doesn't really matter. The $1.9 trillion bipartisan package that President Biden is trying to negotiate and facilitate at this point is still going to go forward. That's what we're hearing. So right now, even though we are hearing that a lot of Democrats are going to be pushing for this budget reconciliation as quickly as possible, President Biden is still like, okay, you do that. You do you, but I'm going to stick to what I said I would do. I'm going to try to unify the nation, unify Congress, and bring us all together. So right now, it's two different sides. Right now, we got Republicans, we got Democrats, and then we have the Biden administration kind of in the middle. That's a little bit different, so we're going to have to see what happens and what kind of transpires from this. But what I can tell you is it's going to be very interesting. Also, right now, we are hearing that more states are opening up their rental assistance programs. I just want you to know this so that you can look into this. You'll go to Google, type in your state, rental assistant, and figure out if your state is currently accepting applications. Many states are, many cities and counties are as well. So right now you need to call your local housing authority and figure out if they have any more information. Because right now, there's only $25 billion as of right now. However, if this new $1.9 trillion stimulus package does get passed, that will include an additional $30 billion, which if all the systems are up and running at that time, all that's going to happen is the government is going to infuse more states and more counties with additional funding. So that's going to be really good, and that could see a lot of people get out from under their bad debt, this back rent. So that's what we know right now. But right now, again, it's going to take weeks to see really what's going to happen with all this stuff. So I just want you to keep in mind that as we start to, progress with these talks, what I want you to keep in mind is there could be more things that pop up. There could be more proposals that get included to this $1.9 trillion package. There could be some things taken out, but I highly doubt it. So as I know more, I promise I'll come back and share more. I just want to thank you guys for watching today's stimulus update. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.